What a sight.
Juicy session.
Yep.
A session that has guaranteed me 2 dinners, so I don't have to worry about. I'm going to be with you guys over the weekend. That is Thursday, Friday, Saturday minimum. So tonight's dinner I already got from home, but my Friday and Saturday dinner are sorted. One courtesy Siddharth Vishwanathan, the other Shane Dias.
Yep.
Because they had said, after watching a completely one-sided, one team dominating first session of 120 odd for no loss, they had predicted India ain't gonna lose a single wicket. And guess what has happened? They've lost 4.
Yep. Including one in the last over before tea.
Whenever they came, 4 wickets.
Yep.
What that has done is added some spice to this contest. 182 for 4, and I can't even believe we were talking about 3-day India getting 500, calculating 550. When will they reach there? Then how many days will it take to get West Indies out? Both innings. None of that has happened. 182 for 4. Dare I say we've got a game on, because anything around 250, if they can, there's still a Virat Kohli batting.
Yep.
And there's a Ishan Kishan to come. We'll talk about that. Anything could happen. But let's look at dismissals one by one. Starting with Yashasvi Jaiswal. Thoughts?
I mean, it was a tip. You are confident, wanted to be aggressive, so you chased after a full and wide ball. But then unfortunately, you didn't see that your slip and gully cordon was totally packed. So that kind of, you go for a big shot. I mean, you want to go for that booming drive. These kind of outside edges will happen.
Okay.
There is a person sitting downstairs who's constantly tracking your movement. So they'll confirm by tomorrow. यहाँ खोया है या फिर आप
नहीं यही है.
तो वो ट्रैकर
Thursday night or Friday morning.
तो उनको पता चल गया कि आपका लास्ट आउट क्या रखा, उसी टाइमिंग पर वो देखने की कहाँ.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So that's
doing
a short synopsis of an espionage tale that has happened just now. Espionage right here. So more details on that much
anyway,
later.
that is the first wicket to fall. That is of Yashasvi Jaiswal. But I think I was against the run of play. Nobody expected it. But that's the reason I predicted 1 wicket, because sometime when you're in a flow, you edge it and one goes there and you're caught. And it does happen.
Prior to that, just before the lunch session, it was Holder who was actually troubling Yashasvi Jaiswal. You remember edge that just landed in front of Alec Athanase. That was of Holder. So that's why Holder was in that zone where he was pitching it in the right area. Jaiswal thought, okay, I got 100, I got a 50 now. Why don't I go for the drive? But then that packed slip and gully cordon ensured that the catch was taken and Kirk McKenzie took the catch.
So Yashasvi Jaiswal out. After that, there was a close shot for Rohit Sharma. 1 ball nipping in, like before, looked out, but he had a slide egg. So that saved him. An edge with the bat saved him, but wasn't too long after that he was dismissed of a beauty. I am telling you, if you're a left arm spinner, that's your dream delivery. Varikan will get the footage out, that particular delivery, and put it up in his highlight reel when he retires, or probably show his grandkids that this is how a perfect the left arm orthodox spin is bowled. Dream delivery, pitches there. What I loved about that dismissal? I mean, it got him out, yes. Had he not got him bowled, he would have been stumped. It was such a typical spinner's delight that it enticed him, got him out of his crease, and then beat him with the spin. Beautiful.
Ball of the session for me, that one.
The drift, then it gripped and then it just spun away.
When he said ball of the I was like, he's going to say century.
No,
I was in my mind like pushing it, but then he said
session.
I mean, imagine the venue where the ball of the century was bowled, Australia not even playing a spinner. 30 years later, they don't even have a spinner there. How time changes. So, I mean, Rohit got out on a similar way even in 2016.
Varikan has any Tamil connection?
No.
such a
There are two Tamil names in the West Indies team. Right? Mahindra Nagamuttu.
yeah, but I'm saying Varikan also na sounds.
So it's actually pronounced Warwicken, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but it's like very Telugu,
No.
Tamil sort of.
There was one more leg spinner, Veerasamy Perumal.
Permol.
Perumal is a typical Tamil name. It is.
Yeah.
So
Varikan, Varangal.
No, they have another
Varangal is
Indian origin
Sandhu.
that Gudukesh
Gudakesh Modi.
Moti. Yeah.
Gudakesh Modi. So, yeah, Varikan, I mean, Rohit, if you look at it, he got out in a similar way in 2016 also. At that time, the bowler was Mitch Santner. Nagpur, same. But he didn't get him bowled, he lured him out of the crease, got stumped.
In fact, if you're talking about stumped recently, a person we were talking about earlier, Matthew Kuruman, got him like that in
Indore.
Yes, in Indore. Got one to turn 8 degrees. Rohit charged out like a bull in a china shop and got stumped.
Yeah.
That seemed to have a bit of a problem with the spinning ball away.
And incomer.
And incoming, of course, with
There.
pace.
16 years, he's
Just
never
seen-
rectified that. Yep. Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
Wow.
Wow.
Top
What a
of
ball.
off stump.
Ball of the session. In fact, of the series so far, I can't think of a outstanding delivery. I mean, West Indies got out.
But yeah, West Indies were out through you could bowl the ball to bowl them.
Yeah. It wasn't like any ball which
Yeah.
made you go like, wow. It's
Ashwin
very
had
good.
one good carom ball, but then that's a stop for him. Really.
I mean, the one good catch was Mohammad Siraj at Dominica. That was a superb catch. That was one. But I think this has
But
been
this is
the
the wow
ball of
delivery.
yeah.
yeah.
Wow delivery so far of the series. Okay. Then Shubman Gill.
Uncertainty.
Back to back failures.
At number 3, yeah.
He switched his batting position. Much was spoken about it when he decided to do it. Now, of course, there are two versions. One of whether he went to the coach or the other, the coach actually asked him. Either ways, he's decided to give up that opening slot. And Yashasvi Jaiswal making merry, getting a lot of runs at that position. Got 100 in the first test, another 50 here.
228 as compared to 16.
Shubman must be thinking,
Why?
Why?
why? Now, then Ajinkya Rahane.
You could
Shubman's
see.
dismissal? Shubman's dismissal?
I think it was an uncertainty around that off stump. I mean, you could see that he was kind of uncertain. Roach
But
was
also
bowling in that.
corridor of uncertainty.
That was a good ball. Let's take nothing
Most
away.
batsmen.
Let's take nothing away from Kemar Roach. But yeah,
I mean, you couldn't. You had to play at it.
you
because
had
it
to
was
poke
so
it because it was at that point. So
undone by a good ball, but yeah, better judgment. I mean, considering that Rahul Dravid, the head coach, would kind of leave those deliveries, maybe that could have happened. But yeah, two successive, you may say low scores for Shubman Gill, but he may have one more chance.
He may, that's what I was going to say.
the way this test is going now, yes.
Now one more chance.
Now he'll have one more chance.
It all depends on Virat Kohli, how long he bats in this test match.
Yep.
He could still turn it around. Then Ajinkya Rahane.
Brilliant ball. I mean, it was set up a couple of balls ago because Gabriel was ramping it around 150 kmph.
Easily the quickest bowler on display.
Yep.
Take both teams. And then after when I see him, this one in inside edge.
Yep.
Why doesn't West Indies produce the kind of pitches that are needed for this fast bowling attack? They will trouble most teams.
Yep.
Their batting, as I keep harping on that,
Is
would
not
get
great.
150 anyway. Whether it's a, pitch helping fast bowlers or not, they will get 150. So if you want to get 150, ensure you dismiss the other team, and your best chance of doing that is getting a pitch for that sort of
Absolutely.
bowling attack. And Gabriel, clearly the quickest of them all, troubled everybody.
Yep.
Gabriel and Joseph are the ones in that team who can consistently ramp it up. And Gabriel, of course, remember, fresh, didn't play the last game.
Yeah. And imagine if we had gotten those kind of 80s, 90s wickets. I mean, Gabriel and Joseph would have absolutely wreaked havoc along with Kemar Roach.
Exactly.
4 great bowlers. If you look at the pace bowling department, Holder's done very well in test matches. Kemar Roach has been a stalwart.
Yeah.
Roach, on the other hand, I think has got the most wickets in this West Indies bowling lineup combined, if I'm not mistaken. Gabriel has often given you match-winning performances in the West Indies. Alzari, we all know, pure pace can trouble the best
Back
in
of
the
the
business.
length, this thing. And with what's his name, Gabriel, languid, lazy action, doesn't look as fast as he is. You look at him and you're like, okay, he can maybe ramp up his action, a little bit of this, but man alive, when he starts hitting that pace, you're like, this guy has got all shoulders.
Strong shoulder. And because he doesn't have that, he has a bustling run up, but then all that action comes from the shoulder. That's why he's had injuries
galore.
And
Doesn't play white ball cricket much.
used to play, but was too expensive.
No, and the biggest talk, and everyone was mocking the West Indies about them winning the toss and putting India in, and the way the first session panned out, because the captain came out and said there's a bit of juice on the pitch, and everyone's like, where is the juice, man? Like the batters are making juice out of your bowling. There seems to be no juice. And Rohit was pretty candid. He came and said, no, we would have batted first. At that time, you were wondering what is it that the West Indies were saying. Now also, I'm not going to agree with the Windies captain as to his decision was right. I think this has been some outstanding bowling. It's got nothing to do with the pitch. We talk about that Varikan's dismissal, or the one that Gabriel got of Ajinkya Rahane, even the one that Shubman Gill got out. All of them quality deliveries. So it's not that something that the pitch assisted. Finally, the West Indian bowlers woke up and bowled a few good deliveries. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, the decision of putting India in, I don't know. Now it looks okay.
Yep.
It's like a face-saving sort of a scenario now, where they've got 4 down. They'd be coming out now. They're, with their tails up, they're going to be all charged up coming into this session, hoping to get a few more wickets. You've seen Virat Kohli looks very determined.
Yeah.
Looks that he wants to get a big one, but he's also not finding it very easy to get runs.
It took him a while to get off the mark.
Yeah, 17, 18 deliveries or more than that.
Yeah, close to that. Yep.
Yeah, even Shubman, who's a stroke maker, wasn't really going, and that's what happened. Suddenly the scoring rate dropped, and you've lost.
This
from
session,
4
you
wickets.
were scoring at
2.4.
2.4.
You were scoring 4 plus first session, no wicket loss. 2.4, 4 wickets gone.
Exactly.
Clearly a session that's gone to
And
West
clearly on a pitch that will deteriorate with every passing session.
Huh?
Already you're seeing so much spin.
That's not great news for West Indies batting last.
Yeah.
What is
And they
ever good?
decided to do that.
What is ever good news for their batting?
I mean, if you see the amount of purchase Gabriel's getting, imagine the likes of Siraj. Siraj will torment the West Indies
Mukesh.
top order. Maybe Mukesh could spray it around a bit. Debut nerves might play,
But he's more of a red ball bowler then.
yeah,
Exactly, you have to remember that for all that people judge him on IPL, this, that, he became a star because of his performances for Bengal.
Although in the IPL he won you one game in the
No,
death.
no, but my point was that people used to laugh at him for his IPL performances, and I'd be like, yeah, he did win you a couple of games later on, but that's not his predominant format. He's best as a red ball bowler.
Stump to stump, and you saw Gabriel was bowling close to the off stump, and Mukesh relies on that kind of.
A line. Yeah.
So those two pacers will really set it up. That's why I think Shardul, unlucky to have gotten injured. He would have had a lot of purchase on this wicket.
In fact, with the kind of uneven bounce we're expecting in a couple of days, kind of attacking lines he bowls would have been perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's a discussion we'll have. Enough days to go. Meanwhile, the big talking point, for which we've got a couple of questions as well. Singularity says Gill has lost his confidence in the last 2 years in tests.
Actually, 2021, that 91 he had in the beginning of the year against
Gabba.
Australia. After that, I can't remember one.
He didn't play South Africa,
Yeah.
which is surprising. After the Gabba, you would have thought that maybe Shubman Gill should have played in South Africa, but he didn't.
Wasn't he injured?
I think
No,
Yeah,
even if he was, KL Rahul was batting, no? So
Oh, but Rahul got you that century in century.
Yeah.
man. That was peak KL Rahul. His
And he
downhill,
won the test match.
yeah, his downhill slide started from Johannesburg when Virat Kohli pulled out
when he was captaining,
and he captained. But then the series turned. He became captain for the ODIs. 3-0
and you
loss.
lost those two.
That's it. KL Rahul's downward journey began from that point.
No, so just continuing on Gale, Singularity says he's lost his confidence in the last 2 years in Test, but he's anyway had a very short.
He's barely
Test
played
career.
much.
Yeah. Sagnik Datta says that has Gill made a mistake batting at number 3?
Too early to tell.
One more
Yeah, but you
innings.
ask me personally, if I was Shubman Gill, I've opened and I've got that 90 odd as a reference point. Also, I'm now become a regular opener in white ball cricket and I'm doing very well. I'm opening in the IPL, I'm opening in T20 cricket, I'm opening in ODI cricket, and he's been on fire in those formats,
Yep.
right? Clearly the most standout performer in that home season that we had.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So even the IPL.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's suiting me so much, and because I'm a stroke maker, I like the new ball coming onto the bat, you're smashing it, you're setting the tempo. Some people like that. All of that is going in my favor. Would I want to move at number 3? I know different format. Maybe not. And I think that with the kind of performance that he was showing in other formats, he would have got a long rope as an opener in Test also. And if in case he didn't do well, he's spoken so highly of, he's looked at the future, that probably would have still made that kind of leeway for him to have come into the middle order a little later. He didn't have to do it now. Now, that's what I'm saying. Assuming there were 2 more senior openers, let's say KL was a regular and Rohit is the captain, and not getting a chance is another thing. Right now,
he was first choice.
Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm saying. Rahul Dravid asked him, what do you want to do? Had he said, I want to open,
then
Yashasvi should have had to make that adjustment by number 3.
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it. If I was Shubman Gill and everything is going perfectly for me, opening the innings, yes, white ball cricket, I wouldn't have changed it. Again, I am not him. I know he's batted in the middle order for long. Maybe that's the position that he was targeting. Again, I can see from his point of view that Cheteshwar Pujara had that position, so he never, had an opportunity to do that. 4 is Virat Kohli. Wouldn't have got a chance to bat, and if those are the positions he's looking at, the first opportunity he gets, and somebody asks him, he says, okay, let me take it because I want to establish myself at number 3. I can understand his thought process, but if I were him, I wouldn't let go of opening.
Yeah, I mean, why would you accommodate, if you want to make a youngster comfortable, put him in the spot where it is a new beginning. Pujara is not there, number 3 is vacant, debutant, why don't you put him there? Rather than Shubman Gill, who's always opened in the Indian team. He had to make that adjustment. A senior making an adjustment, it's like, for example, someone's been in this industry for 20 years. Suddenly, okay, I make an adjustment for an intern and I put him in that.
I don't think they did it to make an adjustment.
I think Gill genuinely wanted that position.
I don't think he did it,
I'll be nice to Yashasvi.
Nice guy.
This guy will come steal my position.
All in that catch-22 for team spirit. Or doing it for the team.
But what team spirit? Ashwin himself has said that they're only colleagues.
But that's another thing. But team spirit doesn't do what? If he was to continue to open, how is that going against the team spirit?
Supposing, okay.
Spirit of the game just always takes us in back.
Yashasvi Jaiswal, okay. Number 3, he was, Shubman Gill said, no, I'm not going to do it. Yashasvi flops. Supposing that had happened at number 3. They were said, okay, reports.
Tough luck.
Then they were said, oh, Shubman doesn't
Everyone who starts.
You start, exactly. Yeah. I mean, like VVS Lakshman started his test career as an opener. He was never comfortable there.
Tough luck. Virendra Sehwag was pushed to open. He batted in middle order.
Number 5. He was
the number 5 in fact, both ODIs and Test cricket. Remember, he wasn't a traditional opener.
He did it. See, this is the norm, and I don't think it's unusual. The youngster coming in has
makes the
adjust into whatever position you're getting. You heard from a lot of youngsters saying, I don't mind, back me anywhere, just give me a chance to play. And once you start showing yourself, establishing yourself, then you can demand.
So this is not an adjustment that Gill has made. He's wanted to do this for sure.
And again, nothing wrong with it. If you're a batter, you got to put yourself first, because you have to. They often say that you think about yourself, not the team. But if you think about yourself, you take care of yourself.
Then
you take care of your runs.
Yeah.
Your mindset, your position, you take care of the team automatically.
But I think it's a mistake that he's done.
Yeah, even I think so.
I agree, but I think if he's made that choice, then you'd have to stick with it for a while.
Yeah,
it's too early to tell.
Too early. I'm not saying. And anyway,
one more
no matter what we say, he's so highly rated. The coach likes him.
He'll give him a chance.
He's going to get a chance. Fair enough, and I agree with it. I think nothing wrong, but just the way how we look at it and how he looked at it probably is very different. Satish B, what is he saying?
44 balls, 18 runs, slow cricket. But we are not playing an ODI or a T20 at Port of Spain.
No, don't compare baseball. They're very different conditions.
Exactly.
But why, again, as I'm saying, why did the scoring rate drop so much?
Disciplined bowling, much better with their line and lengths tighter.
So more to do with bowling than India's approach?
Yeah. Because they had already gotten the platform. 121 runs in the first session. I mean, the West Indies were spraying it all over the place. The lengths were inconsistent, either too full or it was too short. But then you look at it, they bowled fuller, there was a bit of movement. Warrican was bowling in the right areas and he was getting it to spin. So that's why stroke making became difficult as the session progressed.
And I think especially once they lost a couple of wickets, then that automatically slows down your tempo.
You lost back to back. I mean, when Jaiswal fell, Rohit was on 74, then he went 6 runs later.
Then when Gill went, then... So,
Ooh, no Ishan Kishan.
They said Ravindra
Ravi
Jadeja.
Jadeja. By the way, I was going to say that it would have been interesting, and I really, every session you want to look forward to something. This session, I would want to look forward to Kohli, his batting in these conditions, get a big one. And the other I was going to look forward to was going to be Ishan Kishan. We would talk about that genuine pace and his troubles against it. It would have been interesting to see how he copes up in his initial test career against some good quality pace.
Yep.
We're not seeing that
And
contest.
also, you get to see him against good quality spin also. Jugal Warrican struggles against that too.
Yeah,
but imagine if you had the big guy also.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Because a offie against a left-hand batter
Yep.
would have been interesting.
Rakim Cornwall. And in the last match, he was getting bare minimum effort getting it to spin. So,
Imagine the height difference between those two. I mean, and look at it. I think Crawley and one more, and Duckett was in middle. There was a video I think shared, right? Duckett's just about here. These two guys are right up in the height.
Duckett's a
Stuart Broad and Zach Crawley.
yeah.
Duckett is like a real midget in front of those two.
Yeah.
That was during the
National
anthem.
the song rather.
because the camera panned in.
Yeah, Duckett is right here. Broad and Crawley are up here. So, exactly. Poor
Okay,
guy.
Mr. Shekhar.
Had West Indies not been careless, Jerome Taylor was once a beast with a smooth rhythmic
Yes.
action, would make a lethal combo with Roach, Gabriel and Joseph.
Absolutely.
And add one more name to that, Fidel Edwards.
Fidel
Loved him.
Edwards was quick.
Yeah.
So was Tino Best.
Oh, but Best was erratic,
But he was quick.
very quick. I mean,
Edwards was very smooth.
He was smooth,
Slingy
smooth,
action.
slingy action.
90 miles. Wow.
And again, not a big burly West Indian, right?
But
Just-
my God, he had pace.
Just like a very South Asian sort of a physique, but quick.
Wow, 6 for 22 on debut in that ODI match. And against England, I think he reserved his best for them, always. Fidel, Jerome, what a generation that was also.
The two youngsters sitting and chatting.
Yep. The batch of 2018 chats to the batch of 2020.
20. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what, no, all three consecutive under 19 World
16, 18, 20.
Yeah.
They're represented here.
Cup. Yeah, Ishan, Shubman, Yashasvi.
In fact, if you had Pant here, then 16 again.
16. If you had Kuldeep, 14.
But Kuldeep, he took a 5 for, no.
I know. He's on the sidelines now for months and months now.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Poor Kuldeep, man. And
See you.
see you for
The last session.
Looking
Well,
forward to this
some-
session. It'll be interesting. Virat is batting.
Yep. 19 of 45. Let's see.
In his hands lies the destiny of this test match at
Yep.
the moment.
Yep. It does. Virat Kohli on his 500th international, let us add. Bye bye.
Bye bye.